This is Indie Business Podcast, Season 3, Episode 12, Makers on Main Street. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Indie Business Podcast. I am your host, mentor, and coach, Donna Maria, the founder and CEO at indiebusinessnetwork.com. My goal is to help makers and creative entrepreneurs build a solid business foundation, increase your income, and use your business to create the life you love. On this episode, I will introduce you to Amber Hawthorne of Bambu Earth in San Juan Capistrano, California. Amber just hosted the soft opening of her store this past weekend, and she tells us all about it in this episode. Among other things, you'll hear how she used Kickstarter to fund her dream business, how she uses indoor and outdoor space to sell products and host spa parties, and how she uses Instagram to promote both her physical store and her online store. You'll also love hearing a bit about Amber's lifestyle and philosophy, including incorporating her young daughter into the family business and how her lifestyle choices complement and help boost her brand. You can get a summary for this episode at indiebusinessnetwork.com/36. I cannot wait to introduce you to Amber Hawthorne of Bambu Earth. But first, this podcast is brought to you by the Indie Business Network, a trade organization for makers and creative entrepreneurs. Members enjoy mentoring and coaching and success calls with experts who can help you grow both personally and professionally. I also offer peer-inspired networking and masterminding services and affordable product liability insurance so you can manage your business with peace of mind and more easily get your products onto retail store shelves. If you're already a member, be sure to check out our latest success call with MailChimp expert and HubSpot partner Gavin Baker in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the topic of how to build a profitable email list. If you're not a member, you can enjoy a complimentary 15-day trial at indiebusinessnetwork.com. And now, let's welcome Amber Hawthorne of Bambu Earth in San Juan Capistrano, California. Amber Hawthorne from Bambu Earth in California. How are you today?
I'm great, Donna Maria.
Welcome to Indie Business Podcast. Now, I'm so excited because this is like 72 hours after the opening of your new store. And I just want to hear like totally all the details. I saw some pictures in your newsletter, but I have to tell you, it wasn't nearly enough pictures. So you've got to fill me in on how things went. This was a soft opening. So tell me, what is a soft opening there at Bambu Earth and how did it go?
Yeah, a soft opening we decided to do instead of a grand opening right away so that we could get some feedback from customers. So we actually didn't completely build out our store in its entirety right away. That way we could get people in the door, we could get people seeing that we're here, and then we have temporary shelving right now, but we've gotten so much great feedback so far, so it's been really amazing.
Now, I so want to dive into the details, and you know I'm going to do that. But first, Amber, take us back a few years to the beginning of your business and tell us how you started Bambu Earth. What's the story there?
Sure, yeah. I've always been a pretty crafty person, and my first business, I was sweeping porches, and my second business, I was selling candy bars to my classmates. And I've always been kind of, entrepreneurial, and I love making things and selling my, own artwork and kind of, working with my hands. And so one day I was in the craft store at Michael's and I stumbled upon soap making, ingredients. And I never knew that I could make soap. So I was super interested in that. I thought, oh, how fun. Like totally gonna do this. So I brought all the ingredients home, and it was the melt and pour kind of soap ingredients. And so I brought everything home and I started making my own soap. And then Um, Maybe around the same time, my mom started learning about ingredients that are in food products, and she started sharing that with me. And I always thought that if something was, in food on the shelf or it was in skincare, that it should be safe to use because, we have things that regulate all of those things. And so I never thought anything of it until she started telling me about, some harmful ingredients that were in food. So I, of course, looked in my food, and I couldn't believe that there were, things that could be harmful. And I looked in my soap, and I found some questionable ingredients. And back then, natural products weren't as trendy. So now you could probably totally find natural melt and pour soap bases and great things like that. But then, there weren't any options like that in mainstream stores. And so I decided to research making my own soap from scratch so that I could control exactly what went into it. And that was pretty fun. So it took me a year and a half to 2 years to actually make my first batch because I was terrified. I never thought I'd be doing chemistry ever. And so I decided to commit to not just making soap that was all natural, but also worry-free because, some ingredients I decided to source that were fair trade, and sustainably sourced and things like that. So it was really fun to be able to make sure that my products were, completely natural and that you wouldn't have to worry about the ecological impact that your purchase would have and things like that.
What year did you start Bambu Earth? What year was that?
Bambu Earth was founded in 2009.
And so fast forward to today, here we are in 2015, and one of the things that you did last year that I thought was so fascinating, I want you to tell us a little bit about it, was you hosted a Kickstarter campaign, a successful Kickstarter campaign, I might add, when you were planning to open your store and you used those Kickstarter funds to start your store. So tell us a little bit about how you decided to use Kickstarter. Why did you choose Kickstarter? I know there are other options. And what are like 2 or 3 of your best tips for making a successful Kickstarter campaign?
Yeah, so at first we were going to do Indiegogo, but then we decided to Kickstarter didn't allow us Bath and Body products for a little bit. And so we thought we were going to have to do Indiegogo. And then right before we were going to start planning into launching a campaign, they started allowing it again. So we decided to go back on the Kickstarter platform just because it was more well known. So, when we were telling people about crowdfunding, Kickstarter is one of those names that, more people have heard about. And so it's a little bit more, trusted and well known. And we wanted it to be as easy as possible to raise the funds. And so we decided to go on that platform. But now, Indiegogo is much gaining a lot more steam and stuff. And so, they're just almost as well known as Kickstarter now. But then, campaigns were the percentage of a campaign getting funded on Kickstarter was much higher. So we decided to go with that one. And then there were a couple of resources that were invaluable to us. One of them were the 4-Hour Work Week. We went on to the 4-Hour Work Week blog. If you search for Hacking Kickstarter, there's an article on there that Tim Ferriss wrote that basically walks through a Kickstarter campaign from start to finish, how to prepare for it, and it's complete with email templates and great information that really helped us move forward without doing a lot of guesswork. So we used that, and then also we used Green Inbox, which was a platform that you could directly message people on Facebook. And that was one of the biggest reasons why we got funded, is because we weren't afraid to ask. I know that a lot of people, sometimes it can be hard to ask, your friends and family and your network to help fund you, but people want to be a part of something special, and they want to play a role in helping your business succeed. And so a lot of times we just need to ask, for the support. And we really prepared months and months in advance. So before we ever launched the campaign, we were telling people that we were going to launch it soon. We were reaching out to, different areas of our network, and especially people who had a lot of influence. We were asking them to share it on their social media networks or on their blogs. And that really contributed to the success of our campaign.
And I loved the video that you did too. That was so wonderful and such a great vehicle to use to share your story and give us some visuals, and really, Amber, to hear your voice and hear your heart. That was really, that really did a lot to, frankly, get me to watch the whole video. Because you know how hard it is to get people to like sit and watch like a 3-minute video. And you did such a great job of really speaking from your heart and sharing your vision. So of course that led you in part to the opening of your store. So how did you promote your soft opening? How did you get people to come, and what did you do to get people to come in the door there?
Yeah, our advertising and promotion strategy has always been really authentic to word of mouth, social media, and email marketing. We haven't really branched out much as far as print marketing or anything like that. I mean, there are other venues that we've attempted, but we've just found that reaching out to people that we've built deep relationships with through social media and email are the best way to promote the things that we're doing so far. And so that's all we did. We just we sent out an email newsletter. We did send out Kickstarter updates, of course, because those are the people that supported the whole thing. And we just posted updates on social media too. And then the cool thing is, San Juan Capistrano, where our store is located, has a built-in community that's really tight knit, and we just developed relationships with the neighbors here, and we've been networking that way too. So it's been really fun so far.
What are your favorite and most effective social media tools, Amber?
My favorite is Instagram. I love Instagram, and honestly, I have to give myself time limits because I could get lost in Instagram, but it is so much fun to be able to connect with people through photos and to be able to comment, and I love interacting with my customers on Instagram. So you will rarely see a comment go unnoticed by me on Instagram. So if anyone wants to get a hold of me, that's probably even better than email. I respond right away, and I just love using it.
And why Instagram? I mean, I get that it's fun for you and you enjoy the visuals and you enjoy sharing there. How does it help your business other than obviously you enjoy it, which is important, but do you trace customers to there? Do you promote things and people go to your site and buy them? How do you use it to get people to support your business and buy the products that you offer?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the funny thing is most of my posts, at least I try to make sometimes I get really excited about my products. I mean, I'm always excited about my products, but sometimes I'm super, super excited, and so I'll go through a little blast where I'm posting a bunch about my products. But for the most part, we don't post to promote as much as we post to engage. So we really like to give people something that's of value. So we post a lot of quotes and just a lot of inspirational photos and things like that. We've noticed a lot. We actually do a lot of collaborations on Instagram too. So, for example, we partner with a couple of companies like Simplicity Cosmetics and Primally Pure, who makes deodorant. Simplicity Cosmetics does mineral makeup, and then Primally Pure does natural deodorant. And those are products that we get questions about all the time. When are you going to make makeup? And when are you going to make deodorant? And we can't make everything. And I learned that lesson the hard way, because in the beginning, people would say, oh, you should make this, or oh, you should make that. And so I was like, okay, I'll make that and this. And before you knew it, I had, well over 60 SKUs, and it was just a nightmare. And so I had to trim down my line and really focus and hone in on what I was going to make and be good at. And so since then, we've really decided to partner with other people who are already doing those things well, so that we can direct our customers to, a source that's trusted. So we've really noticed a big boost in our customer base and our sales when we cross promote each other. So for example, a lot of customers that go to Primally Pure for their deodorant, they refer back to us for our dry shampoo, and so we really share each other's customer bases, and it's been awesome collaborating with companies like that. So Instagram has been a really pivotal part of our success. A lot of people can instantly, people, when they connect with us on Instagram, they're going to post on Instagram when they get their product in the mail. That's just like the first thing they do. And they're always posting like, I'm so excited to get my Bambu Earth Dry shampoo in the mail. So we can see results even just following our hashtags and following people who are posting about us.
That sounds like so much fun. I can see why you enjoy it so much. Did you use Instagram to get people to come to your soft opening?
Yes, absolutely. It's funny because I have met so many Instagram friends since we've opened. People will come in and they'll say, oh, we follow you on Instagram. It's so fun to meet you. And it's just so neat to take pictures of those people and post on Instagram and, get to meet people, through social media.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And so I'm so, and I do love your Instagram. It's pretty. You make everything, just have a knack for that. So, that's such a good gift. It's almost like I feel like I'm, walking into a piece of your life when I go into your Instagram. You're posting pictures of your store now, your products. I see pictures of your daughter, who's gorgeous, little Bailey, and your husband. So it really is a well-rounded feel when I go to your Instagram. So Amber, tell us what your business model looks like. Like obviously you have where you started, which is online retail, and now you have a retail store. What else do you sell? Do you have classes and other sorts of things? Tell us what your business model looks like.
Yeah, so yes, we do online retail and now the physical retail store. But before we opened this store, and actually one of the main reasons we decided to move into retail space is because we started doing spa parties where we would invite, a few groups of girls to come and try all of our products and have kind of just a pampering evening where they would get to try our products, and I would make lavender scones and a rose cardamom cocktail, and they'd be in their robes and slippers, and women were able to sit around and ask questions about my products, and I was able to educate people face-to-face, one-on-one. And that really did a number. We realized how much there is a need for that face-to-face, one-on-one educational piece, especially when it comes to our products and the ingredients that we use and the effectiveness of the skincare and things like that. So we decided to expand into the spa parties a little bit more. So we started allowing others to host spa parties and invite their friends, and then we would travel to the house and be able to, educate their friends on the skincare and natural soap and natural products, which was awesome because a lot of these women weren't even in the natural realm. Like, they were not even interested in natural products, really. They were just there for a spa party. So it was really fun to be able to watch people learn about, ingredients that are good for you and why it's important to use skincare that has good ingredients. And so we decided, after many, many people would also ask, are you going to open a store? We, of course, crunched the numbers and really did a lot of planning and decided that it would be feasible to open up a retail space where we could also hold spa parties. So our space right now is about 200 square feet indoors where we sell our products. And then we have an adjoining outside space that's about 1,000 square feet where we'll hold private spa parties and people can come and learn about the product. And that way I don't have to travel to individual homes and, to educate people, but they can host a spa party right here. And I think it's going to be super fun and just going to complement what we're already doing.
That is so interesting. You have a very small store that's inside and an outdoor space that's 4 or 5 times the size of the smaller store. There's more of a story there. What I mean, I hear the spa party, but I mean, what does that look like? And is it covered? And are there lights? I mean, is this a place where people could go to have I want to have a party there and I haven't even seen it. Okay. So, I mean, you can play music, right? You can have, candles, and you could serve dinner. I mean, you could use that space for a million things that have nothing to do with a spa party, right?
Right. Absolutely.
That's so smart and fun and exciting, and I want to go there.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I'll have to really think about that. And I love that because we're talking about retail stores, but you have a retail store with a twist, and I didn't even know that. So this is like, that's why I'm measuring my thoughts. I'm like, what can I ask about that? Because how many people would love to do that? Because you get more space that's not inside. So you have something to offer that anyone who has a great store and great spa parties doesn't have.
Right. And honestly, I'm super blessed because this street that we're on in San Juan Capistrano, the street's name is Los Rios, and it's a historical district. So the place that I'm in used to be a jailhouse. So it's this little cute old barn kind of looking building, and then they've added on a really adorable old-fashioned with a clawfoot tub and cute little sink bathroom. And then there's this brick patio outside with an old shed that we get to do workshops out of. And then when you go downstairs, there's this area that we're going to do the spa parties at. And this whole location is very unique. The train stops right by here, so it's kind of a tourist destination, but it's also really warm in the hearts of locals too. So the people that come are really eclectic, and there's a wide range of people who are walking down the streets every day, and it's a really fun place. Next door, there's a place called Ramos House Cafe, which serves incredible food that I've had their cookbook actually for forever, and it's really fun that I get to sit next to them in a retail space. And then down the street there's Hidden House Coffee, and they serve craft coffee that they roast themselves, and it's just a really fun, interesting vibe, and we fit right in.
You sure do. It sounds like a destination location. Are there hotels nearby for people who want to travel out there and visit and have dinner and coffee and a spa party?
Absolutely. If you just Google San Juan Capistrano and hotels, you can find probably a ton of places. I prefer to stay in Airbnb places. So if you go on Airbnb and look at places nearby, you could probably find a lot cuter, places to stay for sure.
That's so exciting. So in your business model, you have retail off your website. You have a store where you now sell your products. You offer spa parties. Do you teach classes for people to make their own products? Is that part of the spa party?
No, not yet. We do teach. We have taught classes before at the Ecology Center in different places locally, but we haven't yet taught a class at our store. We do plan on offering workshops where we teach how to make a scrub, or we come and or we allow a guest speaker to come and teach on something, but we haven't quite dove into that arena yet.
And what about wholesale, Amber? Do you have wholesale customers as well who buy your products to sell in their stores?
Yes,
Great.
We do wholesale for sure. We have accounts all over the United States, but right now we're taking Leila Barker's LBU, so I'm super excited to expand more into wholesale. We also do craft shows. So the craft show that we love to do is Renegade, and we just got back from San Francisco last month, which was really fun. That was the first time we've ever traveled to a Renegade. Normally we do the local Los Angeles one.
Now, Amber, I know your store is new and you've just had a soft opening. I look forward to the grand opening, which I'm sure will be very exciting. But how do you leverage your physical presence with your virtual presence? Do you have different strategies for each, or how much do they overlap? What sorts of things do you do to make sure that your online customers know about your store and your spa parties, and your spa party in-person physical customers know that they can reorder online, etc.?
Yeah, we always give people cards when they come in and really emphasize that we started out online. We started in 2009. And we've had most of our business online. And then we also cross-promote to our online customers and let them know about our stores through social media. And email and things like that. But also we've really been expanding into Yelp and Google, and geotagging on Instagram so that people can know that they can find us.
Now you have been sharing so many amazing things that you're doing, and you have an adorable daughter, and you have a husband, and so you have a life obviously outside of your business. How do you integrate all of this together, Amber? Because you've got you've got busy wholesale, you've got to manage an online store. Do you have employees? Do you have help with your daughter? How do you integrate all that so that it all works together to serve you, your family, and your business well?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I don't know if you could hear my daughter just now, but
yes, she was actually right on cue for that question in my planning here.
It's funny. She's going to start school on Wednesday, so tomorrow, which it'll be today when you air this.
Right.
And that'll be her first day. She'll go to school until 12:30, and then she'll go to the store and take a nap. So we have a whole setup for her at the store where she can play and take a nap. And my husband is super duper supportive, and he has been absolutely incredible. And then just our community of friends have really been a big help. We also live with another family who's been an amazing help because we really love to live in community with other people. And so we share a home with another family, and it's been absolutely incredible.
Oh, hi, Bailey. Is that Bailey? Do we get a treat from Bailey? Yes, that is so wonderful. Bailey, this is your radio debut, honey, your podcasting debut. It's so nice to meet you.
First, the one day she wakes up early.
Oh, let me just say, I know how it is. I have children myself. They're not that young, but they were, and I get it. When I started my podcast, my son was 2. So yes, there were some interruptions there. But that's one of the things that we talk about here on the Indie Business Podcast, Amber, is, we're not just doing one thing. We're makers, we're creative people, we're doing different things. And as women, we have children, so we have to figure out how to fit them in. And it sounds like what you've done for your store is you've created a space where she can have space of her own. She's got some place to sleep and some place to play. And so you're integrating her into your lives and your home so that she can, grow up seeing her mom and her dad achieving something together as a family.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a big part of when we decided to open the store, that we made sure that she would be a part of it, which is a huge commitment to make. And at times it can be really hard. But, I truly believe that businesses that are truly family owned, there's something special about that, that she'll grow up in the store, that she'll get to see people just come and visit and get to see her mom, building something that's meaningful and that's helping people. And yes. I really believe that that's important, that she gets to grow up seeing that she has that option too.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. And our kids are going to get the message that they can get a job no matter what we do. But unless we show them how you can build something of your own, they might get it, but they'll get it way later. We want them to get it now, right? So, so exciting to hear that. So tell us, where do we go? What's your address so that we can come and visit your store and learn more about you? What are your hours? Give us that information for those of us who are lucky enough to be out there. What do we do?
Sure. The address is 31766 Los Rios Street. And really, it's super easy to find. You just go to the train station in San Juan Capistrano, and you hang a right, and we're right in between Hummingbird Cafe and Ramos House Cafe, which are some of the most popular places in the San Juan Historic District. So you really can't miss us. There's free parking right across the street, so you can park by the movie theater, you can park in back by the park, which actually it's a really great place to bring your kids because there's a park right by our store. That's a really fun park. And
it sounds like it has everything.
Yeah, it's really amazing. We're open on Tuesday through Thursday from 10 to 5, and then Saturday Friday and Saturday we're open an extra hour, so 10 to 6. And then Sunday we have limited hours from 11 to 4.
Well, congratulations on all of your success, Amber. And I know this is just the beginning. You've been at this since 2009, but you have so many exciting things coming in front of you. I just get so excited just feeling your energy and really feeling the energy from your location out there. And I haven't even been yet. So I want to encourage all of you, visit her if you're out there. If not, Bambu Earth, Bambu earth.com. Check them out on Instagram and have some fun. Amber will answer you. I know this personally because she answers me. So we're very excited for you. And we just look forward to hearing more and, learning more about your business as you grow. Amber, thank you so much for joining us on the Indie Business Podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my interview with Amber Hawthorne of Bambu Earth in San Juan Capistrano, California. And if you did, won't you show me some love on Twitter? Just go to indiebusinessnetwork.com/love, and you can let your friends know that you enjoy the Indie Business Podcast. I really try to make it useful for you, and if I'm successful, please let me know by sharing. And if I can improve this podcast, let me know that too. There's a contact link at indiebusinessnetwork.com/contact, and you can share what you'd like to see and how I can serve you better. I'll see you on the next episode of the Indie Business Podcast. In the meantime, break all the rules, build your own corporate ladder, and create the life you love.